Hey, it's LSFD here today. Welcome back to part 2 of our Lexus NX dashboard icon series. In this video, we'll focus on the right side of the instrument cluster where many of the safety and driving assist alerts show up. Whether you're driving an NX250, NX350, NX350H, or the NX450H Plus, I'll break down what each icon means when you need to take action. Let's dive in. So before we start, a quick reminder, there are 3 different dash layouts, depending on which NX model you have. So you see here we have the NX250 and the NX350, the gas only, where you see that there's also 2 different variations, where one you have in the center, and those are usually where you have the heads-up display, and there's one where the LCD is more to the left. And this left and center is the same across the board. It really just depends if you have the heads-up display or you do not. And then the NX350H hybrid has power gauges instead of the tactometer. And then also the NX450H Plus, the plug-in hybrid, has a similar power gauge on the left side. And it also has some EV-specific indicators. So the right side of the dash, most of the icons are related to the headlights or any driving assist alerts, meaning things are turned off or turned on, or if you need fuel. Let's get to it. So before we go off and start going through the indicators, I'm just going to talk about what we see here. So the top 2 is Europe, Taiwan, Australia, and mostly most Asian regions. The top left is where we have the gas-only versions, and the one beside it is where we have the hybrids. And then below we have Japan, the NX350, the gas vehicle, and then US Canada with an asterisk, the NX250 and 350 gas only. And we have the Japan NX350H and the NX450H Plus. And then the last one is the US Canada NX350H and 450H Plus. And Canada with an asterisk because some of the symbols in Canada are different from the United States. We start off with the easiest one, and that is the right signal. And that is the same across the world. It is when you go into position 3 and 4 on the diagram, and that's when you would have that signal blink, and it really tells you that you're turning right. And when you tilt the lever to position 3, the turn signal will signal and it will flash the number of times it's been programmed to. So there is a default of 3 and maximum of 7 times. And if you go to lever position 4, then it will have the right signal flash until it actually goes back to position, the normal position. So the parking brake. So this one has dual functionality. So if the parking brake blinks, so it keeps on blinking, it means that the parking brake may not have been fully applied or released. So what you need to do is operate the parking brake switch again and see if the light comes on or off, depending if you're releasing or turning it on. And if it still has an issue, then the parking brake system may have malfunctioned and you may need to bring your car to the dealership. And if it turns on solid, doesn't blink, then what does that mean is it just means that it is applied, so meaning the parking brakes have been applied, and depending if you have automatic parking brake turned on or not, then when you go to park, it will automatically turn on the parking brake, and when you switch away from park, it will then switch off the parking brake. So that is what this symbol is. It's the parking brake. The next indicator is in blue, and it's a high beam indicator. What that means is your high beams are on when this is turned on. So when you push the lever to the 1 position, you push outwards, what this is it will turn on the high beams. Returning the lever to the original position will return to headlights to low beams. So we haven't talked about low beams yet, but when you push it outwards, it will turn on the high beams. And when you push it towards you, position number 2, the high beams will stay as long as you pull the lever. In this position, the high beams will stay on even if the lights are off. So if your low beams are off, if you push it towards you, it will turn on. Releasing the lever will return the headlights to low beam or turn them off if you don't have them on. So now we're going to talk about the automatic high beams. And there are two types. There is the AHS, the Adaptive High Beam System, or there is the AHB, which is the Automatic High Beam. So there are two different systems. If you have the triple beam or the quad beam, then you have the Adaptive High Beam System. If you have the bi-LEDs, then you'll have the Automatic High Beam. So to turn that on, you can see here we have a switch on the handle. You press it and it'll turn on this automatic high beams. So what it is, the adaptive high beam system is an adaptive high beam system using the forward camera mounted on the windshield. It determines the brightness of lights coming from vehicles and street lights and controls the amount of light distributed by the headlamps. So what it does is, if you have an upcoming car, it will turn off some of the LEDs so that it will not shine towards that driver. All right, so then if you have the bi-LEDs, so you have the automatic high beams, and what that is it will use the forward camera facing on the top windshield, and it determines the brightness, so the lights and the street lights. But the only difference it will do is it will just be turn on the high beams or turn off the high beams and just have the low beams. So that's the difference between the two systems. And when you see this LED, it means that you have the automatic high beams turned on, and depending on which headlights you have. Follow me on Instagram at LSFT Videos. You can see updates on my experience with the NX 450h Plus, which may not be shown on any future videos. You can reach out to me via direct messaging if you have any questions on your Lexus. If you like this video, you can provide me feedback in the comments below, like this video, share it with your friends. This definitely will help with the YouTube algorithms. Press the subscribe button and bell icon and get notified when new videos show up. And lastly, if you want to support me further, you can provide me a super thanks, or visit my Amazon storefront before you purchase anything from Amazon, or you can purchase products from the list on the items that I've been using with my vehicle or at home at no extra cost to you. And now let's continue with the video. This next one is pretty simple. It's the headlamps. And the difference is US has a different symbol compared to other places in the world. So I'm not sure why they have this, but Canada has the same as the European or the Japanese headlight. But the one with USA looks like a bulb and it brightens up. I do not know why. Anyways, so here you can see that headlamps, if you look at the stock, you can see in position 1, the headlamps and the lower lights will be turned on if you're on that switch. On switch number 2, where it says auto, when the surroundings are bright, the LED daylight running lamps will come on. That may be different for the US as well. And then when the surroundings are dark, the headlights, the lower lights will be turned on. And then in position number 3, in both situations, surrounding bright or dark, the parking lights will turn on. So this next one is fog lights. So if the fog lights are on, the front ones, this is where the symbol will turn on. And in bad weather such as rain or fog, you can turn on the fog lights to ensure forward visibility. And I can tell you, a lot of people where in Canada, we have the fog lights on all the time. It just makes it brighter. Do let me know in the comments below. Do you have your fog lights on even though it's good weather? So it's in the same stock where you have the lights turn on, turn off. There's another knob beside and you flip it up and that's where the fog lights will turn on. A few notes is when the automatic high beams are turned on, when the high beams are turned on, the fog lights are turned off. And that's done automatically. You do not need to do anything. I think this one's quite easy. Fuel low warning. So when your fuel tank is less than 8.5 liters, this light will turn on. And a lot of people have complained that, okay, the tank never fills up to the 55 liters. I do not know why, but 8.5 liters is what Lexus Japan has said. So 8.5 liters of fuel or less, this light will turn on, meaning you can probably still drive about 100 kilometers before you have no fuel. So the traction control. So this light is turned on when you purposely turn off the traction control. So what does traction control do? It reduces tire spin when starting or accelerating on slippery roads, helping to ensure that you have driving force to continue to move forward. So, but sometimes it doesn't do well, and there's a button that you can turn off. It's actually on right beside your shifter. It shows traction off. It's the same symbol as this button, and when you press it, it will turn off the traction. So what this does is when you escape from like muddy or sandy, snowy roads, if the traction is activated, engine power may not increase even if you're pressing the accelerator pedal, making it difficult to get out of it. So in that case, you press this and it will make it easier to get out of that muddy, sandy, snowy road. This next one is pre-collision system, and it's turned off. The pre-collision system works to monitor vehicles and pedestrians in front of the car so that it can actually prepare for collision if it cannot stop. If you turn it off, this light will turn on the dash. The next one is the rear fog lamps, and this is not available in North America. So Canada and US does not have this icon. Europe, Taiwan, Australia, Japan, they all have it. And what it is in the rear fog lamps, there's actually a light, an LED, shining when your fog lights are on. So when you look at here, position 1 is when it's all off, position 2 is when the front fog lights are on, and position 3 is when the front and rear fog lights are on. So the stock is a little bit different in other markets than North America. The famous ready light. So this is only available on hybrid vehicles. And it's important that when the ready light is on, then you can drive. There are cases where that ready light will not be turned on if you're on like accessory mode or you're on ignition mode. It will not turn on. And there are cases where the hybrid system will not turn on and the ready light will not turn on. The immobilizer system is not deactivated, and or if the outside temperature is too low, if it's like minus 30 degrees outside, extreme cold conditions, the hybrid system may not start because the battery drops significantly at cold temperatures. It will cause the hybrid system to not operate. And if you've gone through all the systems trying to start the car and the ready light does not turn on, you'll probably have to bring your car to your Lexus dealership to get it checked. This next light is related to vehicle stability control. Typically, if there's a slip, this light will blink or it will light up and then it'll turn back off. If it's constantly on, it could mean that the vehicle stability control is malfunctioned, or the traction control is malfunctioned, or there's something wrong in trail mode, or your hill start assist system is malfunctioned as well. So if it is on all the time, you will have to bring your car to the dealership to have it checked and see which of the systems are causing the light to be constantly on. So in the last video, we talked about the brake warning light already, but that was in red. This time it's in yellow. So the causes of this is when this lights up, regenerative braking system may malfunction if you're using a hybrid. There could be abnormal activities with your electronic brake system, or for all vehicles, braking, the parking brake system is malfunctioned. So again, needs to go to the Lexus dealership unless you know how to fix it. So there's last one icon that I did not talk about and I skipped, and this is the key with the plus. So what this is, it's a dealer installed option, and I've only seen this in the Japan Dash. I think it's available in other markets, but it's a dealer installed option. So this is something they call plus support, which assists customers in driving and help them drive more safely. Some people would say, screw it, I do not want this special key. So it is a special key which has a plus support smart key. So they call it a support key. When you use the smart key, you unlock the door, and then when you start the car with it, it will suppress acceleration during sudden acceleration. So regardless if there's any obstacles or there's no obstacles, if the car detects that you suddenly are pressing on the accelerator very far or wrongly, it will alert the driver with an alarm buzzer, and in the multi-information display will show an alert. Acceleration is possible in scenes that require acceleration, like if you're doing a left or right turn. If you stomp on it, it will go. But if you don't do any turn signals or anything, and you just step on it, it will not accelerate that fast. So that is what this plus support is. Quite interesting, but I don't think many people need this. I hope that you found that this video was informative, and until next video, drive safely. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please comment, like, share this video, and if you want to see more videos like this, you can subscribe to my channel and press that bell icon to get notified when new videos are posted. And if you'd like to support this channel, you can provide me a super thanks. And until next time, cheers.